Hey, Cancer, I'm here to drop in for your 2025 predictions read, where we're just going to see what the year ahead has in store for you. And we're just going to dive right into it. This is for any significant Cancer placement. If you have a prominent placement in the fourth house, or if you are a Capricorn rising, that makes you a Cancer descendant. And so you may find something of value here for you. Take what applies to you, toss aside the rest. Above all, listen to your intuition and how the messages are speaking to you. We're going to open up with getting sort of an overarching theme for your year ahead. We're also going to have a look at what you hopefully left behind in the South Node in 2024. And if you haven't already, you definitely should clear it out with your full moon that's coming in on Monday the 13th. It is in your sign. It is the Pathfinder moon as well. So you don't want anything sort of blocking the road as you prepare to move ahead in this new year. And then after we get that sort of overarching theme for your year, we're going to check out what your North Node potential is. What is the destiny that you have the opportunity to activate this year? So let's dive into it and see what you should have left behind in 2024. And if you haven't, make sure you give it a heave-ho with the full moon coming up on Monday. Oh, I like this. So it looks like you already cleared a lot out of the way because we have Barmbrock, sweetness and synergy. I think there's a lot of stuff that was sort of blocking your abundance. There's a lot of stuff that was blocking your joy. It was blocking all the sweetness you wanted to come into your life. I think you got a jump start on this, which is great. I feel like you got rid of a lot of stuff that you realized was just sort of superfluous and it was taking up space. It wasn't really in resonance with you anymore. It wasn't in alignment with you anymore. And you really recognized, hey, I got to clear this stuff out if I hope for some new stuff to come in. So it looks like you've set yourself up in a really strong position. I like seeing this. This is big harvest energy that's coming in for you as a result of all that stuff that you cleared out. Since you let that stuff go, there's now proper alignment coming in for you. So that's a real strong way to start out this read. I like it, Cancer. Let's check out what is the overarching theme for your 2025 year. What is the sort of general tone or energy that is going to be coloring the year as it unfolds for you? I'm working with the Sacred Rebels Oracle combined with the Halloween Oracle here. So a little shadow light action. All right. Ooh, I like this. Okay. This is something that's up ahead. I feel like it's just getting started here. There's a lot about collaborative dreaming coming in for you this year. I do feel like there was somebody you were partnering with on something and you decided to pass on a particular connection, a particular collaboration. And there's somebody new you're coming into alignment with here that has more of your kind of vision. I feel like you feel a deep heart connection with this individual. And you may even feel like you were kind of magnetized to each other. I see this. I think that this connection that's coming in here was made possible through you letting go of another connection that just was out of sync for you with who you're becoming now. So this looks good. There is something about this partnership where a new vision is about to be hatched, and there's a new spiral of creation coming into view as a result. You really balance each other out, whoever this person is. I like it. You know, it's a good synergy between the two of you. So this year it's all about really finding the people that are really your people, like the people who get you, the people who resonate with you, the people who share a similar vision, the people who are brave enough to come from their heart and can express themselves from their heart, who live heart forward. Also, you want to follow the path of heart. And I think as you take those steps, you're going to find other people who they also respond to that same call. You know, they're being guided forward by their heart too. And so there's some beautiful collaboration coming in here. I see a lot of growth as a result of this. That's excellent. All right, let's see what your North Node potential is. Just real strong start here. So I like it. I feel like you really got a jump start on everything you needed to clear out. 444 on the clock. A lot of synchronicity coming in for you. 444 is the number to look for, especially in terms of this collaborative dreaming, these people that are coming in that you could say are a little heaven sent. They're people that are showing up on your path in a very synchronistic way, and you will feel like there's just a little something different going on here. You know, it's a little bit out of the ordinary, and it's that little bit out of the ordinary that makes your coming together extraordinary. I got that. And look at this. Yeah, shock of the new. There's a new vision that you're birthing here. A lot of you may be heading in a very creative direction. I got that there may be a major move involved for some of you. And for some of you, this is really changing your environment drastically. So if you were living in the sticks, you may move to the city. If you were living in the city, you may head out somewhere more rural. But whatever this is, it's very different for you. I feel like this is a new community of people. It may be a new creative community of people as well. There's a lot coming through around using your voice this year. It's very important. You're not meant to hold on to these visions. You're meant to bring them to life. You're meant to speak them into existence. And it does look like there's a lot of collaboration around this. It's going to be a year that's going to be shocking in the way it unfolds, just because I feel like it's going to be so different from where you were last year. So this is really positive energy. And there's absolutely a creative dream, a creative vision that's finding its sort of legs in this new year, a way forward in this new year. And yes, your voice is important in regard to this. There may be a very special message you have to share. You may find yourself on the airwaves. You may find yourself in the studio. You know, maybe you're producing something here, or maybe you're part of some kind of production. Maybe there's some song you're writing or some kind of theatrical production you're involved in here. There's something that's, I feel like for you, it's a little shocking. Maybe you never really saw yourself doing this. It's a little outside of the box. It's outside of your norm. But I think once you step into this, you're going to recognize how much in alignment with your purpose it truly is. So again, excellent energy that's coming in here for you in 2025 so far. So, I mean, so far, you're off to a really strong start. What's on the other side here? Ooh, yes. The veil, the future. So I think you're really in a place of trust right now. You know, I think there's a part of you that feels like things have been kind of balanced out. I do feel like you closed things out with the Libra South Node action there. You took your time with this. You know, you allowed yourself to really go deeply into that process of what you needed to let go of so you can invite new things into your world. And I think even though you're heading into unknown territory, you don't quite know where you're going or how things will turn out. I do feel that you are well on your way, and where you're going is something that it's right in alignment with you. It's brand new. I know that much. And it may be shocking how different it is from the way 2024 rolled out, but I think you're ready for that. I think you're ready for something different. I really feel that, just to show the way that you kind of jumped ahead in line and you cleared out a bunch of stuff so you could welcome the new in. I think you're ready for this. And you're in a place of trust. You know you're being led in the right direction. And the future is about to unfold in the most unpredictable way for you. But we're going to try to get some predictions here and just kind of see what comes through. Okay. I like how this is opening up for you, Cancer. So let's check it out. We're going to look at a little bit of the gnarly stuff just to get out of the way. We're going to check out the hand of fate that you'll be dealt in 2025. We're going to see what potential challengers you'll have, or where there could be potential reversals if you're not, like up on your chops, paying attention. But it looks like you're very focused. So I think you're going to anticipate challenges, and I think you'll deal with them effectively. That's just a sense I have here, but let's see, what this has to say. Okay, so I do see that, there's somebody that might want to heal with you, somebody that might want to reconnect with you with this bear energy here. It potentially could be a Virgo. Virgos are the bear on the medicine wheel. This is somebody who's desiring some kind of reconciliation with you. I think they have some things to talk about with you, things that they feel like they need to explain to you, just why they acted a certain way in the past, why they took certain actions. They also really want to state their intentions, tell you who they are now and how they, sort of see things moving forward with you in the future. if you'll let them in, if you're willing to work this out. All right. It is coming up as a challenger, okay, and a potential reversal. I do feel like there was something with this individual where you felt really disrespected by whatever went down between the two of you. So you might be a little bit reticent here. You might feel like you need to see proof that there's, you know, a true intention being put forward here, and that somebody isn't just sort of paying lip service. So let's look into this a little bit more deeply. See what's coming in here, okay? With that bear energy too, this may be a situation where you felt like somebody should have had your back, or somebody should have been in your corner, or, you know, maybe they should have rose to your defense, something like this. It's got those vibes like, you know, you weren't there to protect me when I really needed you to be. What's up with that? All right. So I do think you have a lot of questions for this individual, but I see that they want healing. And maybe what caused a rift between the two of you is they sided with someone over you. And in some way that put you in some kind of a compromising position where you feel like you were just left in sort of a tight spot or vulnerable position because of the way this person sort of was like a little bit of a turncoat. That's the kind of energy I got with it. Okay, so let's see what the hand of fate is that you will be dealt in 2025, Cancer. What is the hand of fate that 2025 will be delivering to Cancer? What challengers and potential reversals may Cancer face in 2025, Spirit? All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of earth sign energy here. So Page of Pentacles. This could be Taurus energy as well, or somebody born in the year of the ox. Big earth energy coming in here. And I think of that Taurus energy too. You may feel in some way that this person that's coming back, trying to seek some kind of reconciliation, desire to balance something out, you know, you may have felt like they really made you feel like they didn't value your connection. They didn't value your friendship. There's something there about just really feeling disrespected by this person. There may have been some kind of financial loss too caused by this individual. I mean, again, like this person is coming forward, like they want to work things out. I do feel like they're taking some level of accountability here. But, you know, it's up to you. You really have to question, you know, are you ready to sort of bury the hatchet? Are you wanting to renew a connection? That may be what's challenging for you. Just because somebody comes forward and they're kind of telling you why they made certain choices and why they, you know, sort of, you know, came up short in terms of really being there for you as they should have been. Just because they come forward and they want to work something out doesn't in any way obligate you to let them back into your life. I mean, you may feel like you're not ready for that, or you may decide you don't want that at all. I do feel like stubbornness can be a bit of a challenge for you this year, okay? And I think you've dealt with stubbornness with this person too. So there might be like a little bit of mirroring action going on there. I mean, this person is saying they're coming forward as a friend. I mean, I know that's sort of the basis of why they're saying they're coming forward here. Let me get some more details about this though, right? Let's get a clearer view. Ox energy too. It could be somebody born in the year of the ox. Oxes, man, are super stubborn, controlling people. Oh yeah, now I know why you feel the way you do. We got the Hangman coming out here, okay? So this could be somebody that, you know, at one point you really considered them a friend, but they revealed themselves, like I said, to be a bit of a turncoat, a little bit of a hidden enemy. Yeah, this person was responsible for, you know, sort of spinning an illusion. And I think you saw through this illusion, and you really are wanting to invest in connections where there's impeccable integrity. That's what Jaguar medicine is all about. It's about impeccable integrity. And somebody here was very cunning, you know. There was just a little bit too much forethought involved in their actions. I think that's what's making it really difficult for you to trust this person, And it was 14:55 on the clock when I went into that. So that's 555. Yeah, a lot of conflict, a lot of instability caused by this individual. All right. It might have even brought like some kind of disruption of a shared vision that you thought you had. You know, you thought you were on the same page as this person. With that 14 energy, it's got the vibes of temperance. All right. So something was really out of balance here. I think this person wants to balance it out. For temperance to come in, they could have a strong Sagittarius placement. But this person's a bit of a shapeshifter. And they're really good at sort of like using the words to say like, oh, I've changed. Everything's going to be different. It's not like it was, you know. They know the ends. And you know that it sort of just like falls flat. Like just as soon as this person says that, you know, everything's going to be different and they convince you that the change they're talking about is real here, you know, they go and turn on you again. It's really like sort of a chameleon kind of energy. And this person, you know, plays this role with a lot of people. It's not just you. And in fact, with that 7 of Cups energy, that may have been part of the problem. Like this person was working too many people and telling too many different people different things. And so I feel like it created some complicated mess and you got roped into it somehow. Hangman energy. Okay. So this is somebody who wanted to swap places. They wanted to trade places here. You know? And they didn't have a problem kind of like sacrificing you as a result. If it meant that they could get a level up or they could get what they wanted, they could throw you under the bus, no problem. Pisces energy, also 12th house matter. It's like a karmic connection, okay? This might come around again, right? I do see somebody here reapproaching you and saying, hey, I know that what I did back there was kind of foul, but I want to work it out with you. You know, here's what I'm willing to do. You know, anything you need to know, just ask me. You know, I want to air it out with you. And they're coming forward like they're really genuine. But this is somebody that it is a little bit of a frenemy energy, I have to say. And there's something here about, yeah, this person wants to trade places with you because I feel like in some way they got compromised, all right? And I think that there's a lot of people that realize the way this person was sort of playing both ends, you know? They were sort of like a fence rider and they were playing both ends to the middle here. And now they've been caught in the middle and perhaps are being called out. And so it's almost like they want to use you to help them get out of a tight spot that they got themselves in with these games, okay? All right. So they could have like a strong Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Sagittarius placement. These are the kind of energies I have coming out around that, right? Definitely it was a hidden element. I feel like whatever this was, it took you by surprise. Let me do a cut of the deck on that. Queen of Wands. Yes. I mean, again, this is somebody who is also quite demanding, right? And they definitely want what they want. Like this is somebody who moves very independently. You may be a Cancer, Leo, cusper. I do advise you to really bring your fire forward in relation to this individual because I feel like you have certain information that this person needs. Like it's now sort of like the shoes on the other foot. Where in the past, you may have relied more on this person. Now it's like they're needing you in order to move something forward for them. Maybe they need you to vouch for them or to save their butt in some way. But I feel like if you let this person in, back are going to come all the demands. Like this is a very demanding person. And the reason why they're coming around and promising like some kind of allegiance or I promise, you know, I won't do you dirty like I did back there is because you have something that they want. And they know in order to get their hands on it or in order to get the support you can give them, they got to get on your good side. right? So do be on the lookout for that. And yes, we got 9 of Wands coming in with this here. So this is also somebody that if you don't give them what they want, like if you tell them, I'm not so sure about that. I don't know if that's right for me, or I need time to think about it, or, it's cool. I'm glad we got to air it out, but I'm not really in a position where I want to renew this friendship or renew this connection. Their true colors are going to come out, because this is a person that yap, 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 yap. They run off at the mouth. They get really heated. They let their fire come forward in a destructive way with their words. Okay. They'll get very argumentative. It's interesting because it's like, now that you don't need them, now that you're on the other side, like I feel like you had to fend off a lot of stuff on your own. You were put in a really bad spot by this person, and you had to stand up for yourself, and you had stuff thrown at you left and right, and in this case, it's like now they're coming forward and they're saying, I'll be there, I'll be there by your side. I won't abandon you again. I'm here for you. I'll back you up. And it's like, I don't need you to back me up now. The whole reason I had to, defend myself in the first place was because of the mess you got me involved in here. That's what I feel this is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're pledging allegiance here, but I think this is one of those things that you're better off like sticking with your original decision, because I feel like this is the hand of fate. This will cause reversals for you. All right. And I feel like you already got to the other side of this. If you get back into this, you're going to find like you're sort of in the same loop again, where it's just one thing coming at you after another. And just like last time, as soon as this person recovers some position they lost, that's what I feel. Some standing they lost, it's going to be back to the same old, okay, Cancer? All right, let's check this out. Now we're going to look at your hand of fortune. What luck is going to be on your side? What allies are coming in for you in 2025? You see, of course they want to come around now. Look at this. You got the 9 of Pentacles. 2222 on the clock. Wow. Okay, that's another synchronicity number for you. There's a lot coming into alignment for you with other people you're coming into connection with. There's a lot you're going to build together with others who actually do resonate with you, others who don't leave you hanging, others who have your back in 2025. In fact, we had 2244 there. So yes, again, there's that vibe. Like there's just something about this connection. It feels kindred. It feels kismet. It feels like there's just something deeper happening here. I'm meant to align with these characters that are coming onto my path. This is you choosing growth. And I feel like you're in a place where there's a lot of progress for you in 2025. Money is going to be on the increase. Your health is going to be improving on all stratums of being, mind, body, spirit. And it's because you're choosing to like just really trust what your soul is telling you. You're not caught up in sort of superficialities. You're not trying to be, top dog in your social circle. It has nothing to do with that. You're moving forward in alignment with your heart. And this is also going to make you quite astute at being able to identify traitors, people that say they have your back, but they really don't. And your discernment regarding that will totally foil all their plans. So they're not going to be able to get one over on you. I like this. This is good energy, Cancer. You're just coming out real spicy right out the gate. So very positive energy you're bringing in 2025, Cancer. I like it. And I mean, you are bringing in the first full moon, the wolf moon on Monday, the 13th. And that is the Pathfinder moon. So makes sense. You're kind of leading the charge here, showing people the right way to move forward in 2025. And it's like you're sort of getting rid of the dead wood, the stuff that was just dragging you down and holding you up. So very positive read, man. This is so strong. I think this is one of the strongest reads that's come out so far, at least at this point. I mean, your energy looks real, real solid. Ooh, yeah. You're like, no, I don't think so. Nobody's going to betray me again with the 5 of Swords in reverse. You're not going to play me for no fool. In fact, you're getting a fool caught up. It's sort of like you're playing a fool and beating them at their own game. That's what I got. Okay. Yep. There actually may be a couple people here that are being pointed out. Spirit pointed them out to you. And this is why they have a desire to know, like, what's going on with you, because I feel like these people are experiencing major reversals. Something's going on with these people who turned on you where they're losing big time right now. It's like all their past actions are coming home to roost. And so they kind of want you to bail them out, but they like threw you under the bus. It's kind of funny. So there may be like a little part of you that's wanted to see a little justice in this situation, because it feels like, no, something hasn't been right here. I think you're going to get a front row seat for that. I have to say, okay, what are your luck and allies in 2025, Cancer? What are your luck and allies in 2025, Cancer? Knight of Wands. Well, you have a lot of protection in moving forward very quickly. You also, I have to say this, okay? It is coming through with the Knight of Wands. You may have moved in certain ways, okay, yourself, that weren't totally in alignment with, let's say, your higher consciousness, okay? It might have been just a matter of necessity where you had to sort of like fudge a few things, or, you had to kind of play it a little bit loose. I feel that. You might have gotten yourself in a difficult situation. I got like blockage coming up around the throat there. So yeah, I do feel like you might have done some things that you can recognize, like, yeah, I could have done better with that. But it's sort of like you're getting saved because you did enough to turn things around, to get things stabilized and to get yourself on the right path, where Spirit's kind of like saying, look, we're going to give you a pass on that. Because it says saves and exiles and prevents the discovery of secret crimes. So sort of like you do get to get a little pass for some things that you may have fudged, or you didn't necessarily go about them the best way, right? You might have been more ruled sort of by passion in the moment. It might have been more impetuous action that you took that in hindsight, you were like, I could have done better, or I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have taken that action. You know what I mean? But I think in essence, you've done enough to kind of like balance that out where you're getting a pass. Okay. So I like that. Excuse me. Got a little a lot of blockage around that. Okay. So I do feel like there is something there. You're like, shh, no more. Don't talk about it anymore. Yeah. See, you know what freed you there is that you broke a certain circle. I feel like you made a pivotal choice at just the right time, and this was very lucky for you to break free from a certain group of people or break free from a certain course of action. In some way, you broke a circle that was keeping you in a really destructive cycle. And this is what's lifting all your barriers. This is what's bringing you success. So it could have been, these people that threw you under the bus at one time, you were aligned with them, right? And maybe some of the things that were going down within, this social circle or these people you were connected to, it wasn't, it wasn't coming from the highest place in yourself. But it's sort of like there's a lot of leeway that's given when a person can look at a situation and go, you know what, these aren't the right people. This ain't it. This isn't in alignment with who I am. And if you can recognize that and extricate yourself from that, I feel like we get a lot of grace, And so I feel like you got out of something just in the nick of time. I think this is going to become very clear for you as you watch these people start to suffer the repercussions of their actions, right? Show me the luck and allies coming in for Cancer in 2025. All right, what do we got here? Five of Pentacles. Okay, so where you're going to have luck is where you feel like something that you've been trying to develop. This may be with your business aspirations. This may be with some kind of project that you're getting started on here. Something where you're hoping to like spread the word about what you do. You're hoping to start to generate some sales. You're hoping to get kind of known for this particular industry that you're involved in. It feels like something you're working on here could be your work itself, or maybe you're starting up some kind of business, or you have some kind of goal you're trying to reach, but you just feel like you don't have the exposure or the traction that you need just yet. You might feel like you're not getting the kind of like return for your investment that you're wanting to see financially. It's just a matter of patience, okay? I do feel like you're going to kind of stumble upon like that secret sauce, so to speak, like that winning formula that's going to give you what you need to get ahead here. And I do see business increasing. I do feel like more people are going to start hearing about what you're offering here. They're going to start hearing about your work. I do see there's like an uptick in sales for those of you that like have a business of your own, or you're trying to get your name out there for some project you're working on. I do see like a lot of word of mouth and an increase in your finances as a result. But it's going to take a little time here, okay? I do see this turning around for you. Yes, there will be personal fulfillment here with the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And I think that alone will just really be a big boost for you, a big boost to your morale, your motivation. You may be doing something in the healing arts. There's something coming in around healing, around health, okay? So there might be some kind of aspect to healing or health that's related to the work you're doing. In some cases, you weren't able to really push forward with your career aspirations because you were dealing with health challenges. I do see that turning around for you. I see your health improving. And as a result, you'll have a lot more productivity. You'll be able to put the energy into the work that you're doing. And I do see a return. Okay, so you're not going to have another year go by where you feel like you're kind of in the shadows. There will be sort of a spotlight shined on you. And I do see advancement in your career aspirations. I see your finances improving. Okay, but it's going to take a little time. So just be patient, all right? Be patient. Yeah, look, it's coming with the Ace of Pentacles. I think springtime, if you really apply yourself and you don't sort of like lose your motivation, if you keep putting energy toward this, that's when you get a lucky break here. And there's some major blessings that come in relation to this. Now, it does say drives away evil spirits. So you may feel like perhaps there's been some people who've had an eye on you. There might be some people that are envious of the work you're doing, or they're in some way feeling like they want to thwart this work. They don't want to see you advance, maybe because you decided to break away from them. You're like, no, it's cool. I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody else to help me out with this, all right? This is about you. I do feel like you're better off if you just really let this be your thing. 33 on the clock. Absolute confirmation on that. Though I do feel like there's a lot of collaboration coming in here. I think this is just for you, whatever this is. Too many cooks will spoil the pot. The more you really invest in yourself in regard to this in particular, this has something to do with something that generates income for you, okay? So it's either a career direction you're exploring, or it's some business of your own that you're developing here, some idea you have for generating maybe like a side hustle, something like that. This is about you. And I do feel like if you let too many other people know about this, or if you let them get in, they may say that they can, help further you. I feel like they'll just sort of slow you down, to be honest with you, because they're going to start to sort of like covet what you got here. There's a little bit of envy that could be involved. It's got a little of that evil eye kind of energy. And again, you may be doing something in relation to healing. This says rules agricultural production. So there might be something you're doing. I got a few things coming in around this. You could be doing something around herbalism. You could be getting involved in holistic healthcare. You could be getting involved in the cannabis industry. Okay. So there's something here about this is just earmarked for you. Okay. I really got that message coming in strongly. Look for the financial situation, your luck to turn in finances and your career in the springtime. Okay. Just make sure that you're aware of people who could bring that spirit of jealousy around you and keep them far away. And then I don't think you're going to deal with any disappointment. Justice. Yes. Okay. So you could have Libra as an ally here with justice coming in. And I do feel like, things are being balanced out in your favor here. So this is good. So yeah, isn't it funny? It comes out with the hanged man behind justice. So where you were dealing, with holdups before, there is justice being brought to a situation. All you need to do is just keep this character out of the way because they're going to call you up. I do feel this. Somebody who was slowing you down. They could be a Pisces. They could be a hidden enemy, all right? They're going to come around and they want to know what you're up to. And it's because they want a piece of that pie. So you do need to be aware of this. This may even be somebody, who does a little spell work. It says here, protects you from liars, evil spells, bad spirits. Okay, so this is good. I know that you got justice coming in here, right? There is balance coming in here. I do feel like whatever this thwarting element was, you left it in the South Node. Also that comes through with justice, that Libra South Node energy. And you might have somebody here also who's standing up for yourself or who's representing you. Who's like, no, this person's really solid. Okay. Could be a Libra with justice there. I also feel like, there could be a case where this person that was causing holdups, maybe they were like talking smack about your work or something you do that sort of like turned people away from working with you. And there's somebody who's in your corner here who's like vouching for you, I feel, that is helping to balance this out. So you do have allies here. You do. Look for Libra allies, okay? Somebody who can bring balance to the situation. It says they'll make the truth known, okay, with this justice card. So let's do a cut of the deck here, see what we got. Knight of Pentacles, yes, okay. So this is, again, just about invest this Ace of Pentacles when you get this opportunity that comes through for you in the spring. Continue to put your fire forward on this, invest your energy in it. It will grow. It will be really solid, all right? And there's also here something about you're gaining new knowledge. You're upping your ante in terms of just your knowledge of the field you're entering in, this project you're working on. It says acquires knowledge and is able to cure illness, all right? So again, you might be getting into like some kind of healing field, some kind of holistic health field, something like this. And I feel like if you're already in that industry, you've already been working on this, your skill level is really increasing. And again, if you were held back because you were dealing with some kind of physical health challenge yourself that just prevented you from really pouring energy into this, I think you're arriving at what's needed to balance that out and your health is improving. This is really good energy, okay? So if you invest in this Ace of Pentacles, it will grow. And it's something that it happens over time, all right? It's not going to be like some overnight success. But the reality is overnight success is really an illusion. Like it always takes time to build success, all right? Especially if you're doing something of your own. And a lot of people will see somebody come up and they'll think, oh, they're so lucky. Like I don't have those advantages. No, everybody you see that comes up, most of them, unless it's a case of like nepotism, all right? Most of them really had to work their butt off before they got anywhere. That's the reality, especially when we're looking at something like small business. Most small businesses fail within the first 5 years. It's not easy to get something going, right? So keep that in mind, because I do feel like this is something you are going to have to really put your energy into. You're going to have to stay focused. You're going to have to lay down the right foundation. But if you do, it promises a harvest. It will pay off. Yes. And see, this is the only thing you need to watch out for, but I think you're already like figuring this out. You just need to steer clear of this individual in the past that got you hung up, who maybe put ideas in your head that dissuaded you from heading in a certain direction. Maybe they didn't value your work, or they didn't believe in what you were doing here. But again, I feel like this person who had a lot of ego here, who put you down in regard to your work, they're going to have to watch. They're going to have to watch as you do gain traction here and you do get successful. And it's going to be a bit of off with their head. It's a little bit of a blow to their ego, but Spirit's making sure that they get a front row seat to watch you rise. I mean, there's something important about that. It does balance things out. And I don't think that that is like something that's of utmost importance to you or anything, but there might be a little part of you that does want something to be balanced out there. So I feel like that's part of the luck that's coming in for you as well, is that people kind of have to eat their words, sort of like the proof is in the pudding. People can talk all they want, but when you show up and you're actually doing the thing and you're getting somewhere, it's paying off, it shuts them up real fast, right? All right, now let's look at the hand that you will be playing in 2025. We're going to just cut this into 3 separate piles. I'm working with the Arcane BS deck here. Those 2 decks that I worked with before are both by Travis McHenry. It's the Angel Tarot and the Occult Tarot. Great decks. I love both of them. We work with them quite frequently. I have a lot of decks, but there's certain ones that I just gravitate to again and again and again because I really enjoy them. And those are 2 of my favorites. This here is the Arcane BS deck, and this is another one of my favorites. So we're going to look at your strengths, your empowerments, your level ups in 2025. We're going to look at your magics. What magics are you going to claim? What magics are you going to recover? What magics are you going to wield or come into in 2025? And we're going to look at your advantages that you'll have in 2025. Okay, so let's see what is coming in here for you, Cancer, in 2025. What is the hand that Cancer will play in 2025? All right, make sure it's in the frame so you can watch me do it. First cut here is going to be for your advantages in 2025. Okay. Middle cut here is going to be for your magics. And of course, the first pile here will be for your strengths, your empowerments, your level ups. We'll look at that first. Ooh, yes. Okay. So I do feel like where somebody played you as a pawn, you are having to turn the tables sort of moment here. You're standing in your strength. You're reclaiming like your ability to bring new beginnings into your life. You're not going to be held back anymore. Also, this just coming in, if you do feel like anybody did any kind of workings on you that held you back, that put you on ice, that kept you from progressing, even if that was not coming through spell work per se, but was through manipulation, just talking badly about you, turning people away from you, causing issues, you're going to get freedom from that. Okay. I do feel like you're back in your element. You're back in your strength. This coming in here, if you've been dealing with any sort of like reproductive issues, I do feel like that's really going to balance out. You may be coming into some kind of alternative approach for that really benefits you, and you'll feel a new sense of vitality. Maybe for some of you that have been dealing with any kind of infertility issues, I do see you being able to reverse that. It may have something to do with like some kind of elixir you come across, like some kind of herbal remedy that may even have something to do with bringing in ashwagandha and shatavari. It really helps to like build the ojas and, you know, create that sort of internal environment that makes conception possible. Okay, so that is coming in for somebody here. But there is a new beginning, many new beginnings coming in here for you. In fact, let me count these phalluses because I consider the phallus as like being a symbol of that abilities to sort of like impregnate like the new beginning, like actually provide the avenue for your visions to come through. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 major new beginnings that are going to come through for you in 2025. Life path 6 may factor strongly in this situation. I also feel that where there were endings, you know, where things came to an end, maybe there were 2 major endings in your life. In 2024, there may have been 2 very significant relationships that you cut off here. I feel like that's what protected these new beginnings that are going to come in for you. So really in your strength. I also think the feminine principle is very much forward here. So even if you're a masculine, this is about you finding strength in your creativity. This is about you finding strength in being able to really express how you feel and not view that as a sign of weakness. And in fact, the more you're able to do that, the more you find that where at one point you felt disadvantaged, you actually gain the upper hand. But I do feel like you're nobody's fool anymore. You're nobody's pawn anymore. It's checkmate moment here. So this is really good energy. Yes. Okay. And where you had to go through a fire test of truth with hang in there. And I do feel like you're still a little bit in this, but you've kind of gotten to a point where it's like, it's okay. You know, I'm okay with burning away all that's false. It's like the fire test of truth. And you may have been hung up for a while. There's been a lot of this like hangman energy coming through. And I do feel like you felt the fire. You felt the burn. You had to go through a major transformation in 2024. You're just about to the other side of it. There's like a few little remnants of it left, I believe. But I do feel this is a turning of the tables moment. You may have been dealing with a feminine, I have to say, that was behaving in this way, that was sort of holding you to the fire. Again, I got that. You got the upper hand in this situation. So it's sort of like someone else is going to get to feel that burn. They're going to get to understand what it's like to have that trial by fire. I got it. I got it very strongly. Okay. So hang in there. You're almost to the other side of this. Your transformation is almost complete. I do feel like with that full moon coming up on the 13th, just around the corner here, it's just a few days away, your path opens up for you. I think that's really going to like sort of signal the point when your initiation is complete in regard to like burning away all that was false. And then from there, you're just blazing a trail forward, right? Okay, let's check out your magics. Ooh, I love it. You know, you're like Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon in that hall of mirrors. Like you're able to shatter illusions. You're able to see through illusions. There may have been a lot of glamour casted around you, but I see that you're able to stay really focused here in 2025. And it's like all cards on deck. You got all the cards in your hands and you're knowing how to play them right. It's 13:11 on the clock. So yes, you're really coming into alignment with your personal power here. It's like you're not even paying attention to the opponent. I think you're starting to realize that all of that, it's just smoke and mirrors. It's distractions. It holds you back. And so you got like this razor sharp focus here. And what you're focused on is that north node. And as you stay focused on that, all of these illusions that were cast around you, all of these distractions that kept you from leveling up, they're just going to fall away. It's like you're smashing all the mirrors of illusion. And in this way, you're overcoming all of the opposition. So it's a big level up year for you. I love this. You're able to see through glamour. That's one of your magics. Ooh, yes. And we do have sex witch and octopus here. So you are also effectively exorcising an extremely tenacious, grabby, parasitic kind of energy. This could have even been somebody that you were intimate with. It was just totally like courted into you. It was a really draining influence for a long time. But I feel like, again, there's so much coming in here about you have the upper hand. So you're effectively cutting this off. You're now free of this. And now that you got control of this, your creative power is protected. So this may have even been an energy that was sort of tapped into your sacral chakra. It could have been tapped into Svadhisthana, into that womb space. And so that could have been why you felt like you were having a hard time birthing new beginnings in your life. That may have been why you felt like at times your creativity was blocked. It was because you had this other energy just sort of like feeding off of you. But you're definitely cutting this off. And as you do, it's like all your creative energy is coming flooding back. And I do see with the antlers here, that's my symbol of the stag in that north node, like stone of destiny. I do see that you're really like living by your truth here, and your truth is your special magic. And it's going to give you the strength, or you could say the sovereignty, to so-called be able to pull that sword from the stone and reclaim your destiny. Yeah, whoever this is that was really draining your power, draining your vitality, energy harvesting, I mean, things are really about to turn for this individual, but I see you really getting somewhere, going places. It's going to be like steady leveling up. And I actually feel like each month, it's interesting, I'm seeing it that way. Each month, since this energy is being effectively cut off here, whatever you did, if you haven't done it yet, you're about to do it. There's something you're doing. There's some kind of magic you're working here where you are officially like pulling that out at the root, whatever this energetic attachment is. And I see that as soon as this is completed, I feel like a lot of you already did it. I have to be honest with you. And this is just kind of like coming through as a confirmation, like, well done, you got your creative power back. But I feel like every month, you're just going the next level up, the next level up. It's like where you felt held back, there's real steady progress here. Your read is insanely good, Cancer. I think this is the best read I've seen so far come in for 2025. It's just really solid. You've obviously been doing your work. Yep. And you're prepped. Like, I feel that. Like, you did a lot of clearing out of the old energy at the tail end of 2024. And it's really set you up for success this year. Okay, let's look at your advantages. You're on such a roll. Oh, I like this. Okay, so one of your advantages is that you're not tapped into the matrix here. You're not buying into the narrative. You're not, subject to this like global mind virus that has infected everybody through the media, through all the manipulation that's out there. You have a different worldview. You have a different view of the world. You're looking through a different window in the grid. You have a reality tunnel you're mocking up here that's allowing you to stay very focused and out of the clutches of the Frodis. So this also has the vibes of you having a certain like sense of clairvoyance, a certain sense of clarity of vision. There's a lot about you sort of like being able to shatter illusion, being able to see through the programming. And this is really going to work to your advantage, because I have to say there's a lot of this energy coming forward real strong. in 2025, and it's natural. We got Pluto in Aquarius, and that's for the long haul with this, just the beginnings of the dawning of the age of Aquarius. So we're going to have a lot of clashes with that desire for expansion. And then on the other side of that, the powers that be wanting to clamp down. But I feel like you're able to really like retain the clarity of your vision. You're not tapped into this, and this gives you a certain advantage that allows you to progress in the new template of what's coming in for the collective. So you may be one of those people that's sort of shaking things up. Okay, you may be one of those people that as this starts out, I kind of got the sense that you may feel like you're just kind of like screaming into the wind. Maybe you start to notice that there's some people around you that don't really get where you're coming from. They don't really see things the way you do, but you know that you're seeing clearly. And so this is really like a liberation energy. And I feel like as you unplug more and more from the matrix, you come more and more into your empowerment. And this is a big advantage for you. 55-55 on the clock. 10-10. You don't need 20/20 vision. You got the vision right now. That's how it's coming through. Really potent, okay? Let's see what we got here. Yes, look at this. It's like you're able to see through the illusion of the programming. You're able to like see all the holes and the lies that have spun in the programming. You know what doors you can pass on. Like, you know that certain doors don't lead anywhere. You know that it's time for you to totally create a new way through. And that's everything to do with you really opening the doors of perception in your consciousness. So I like this energy. And there may be one person in particular who tries to convince you, like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. This may be somebody that's very traditional. This person may have had a lot of sway in the past, or you may have viewed them as somewhat of a kind of an authority figure in your life. All right. They could be somebody in your family or somebody who felt like family. But I feel like you're finally going to sort of see like the holes in what this person's saying. And then you're going to recognize that you've had the power all along. That's what I got. And that's your big advantage in 2025. You're going to know what doors to pass on. You're going to stop going through doors of opportunity that you never wanted to go through in the first place. You're going to trust your own vision here. And that definitely is going to work to your advantage. You're shutting the door on some opportunity that was presented to you. Maybe you waited out for a while, but you're deciding to give it a pass, and that is to your advantage. You'll see as things continue to unfold. All right, now we're going to look at the practical stuff. We're going to look at health, wealth, love, and also get a little spiritual guidance for you, okay? Ooh, look at that. Bottom of the deck energies, 6 of Wands. Get ready to do your victory lap, okay? In a real strong position here. This is the year where things turn around. Like, if you felt like you were on the bottom, 2024, you're rising to the top. Just like cream, you're going to rise to the tops. This is really good energy. All right. Where is Cancer's health in 2025, Spirit? What's going on with Cancer's health in 2025, Spirit? What's going on with Cancer's health in 2025, Spirit? Ooh, look at that. So I do see, again, it came in 2 Ace of Pentacles here. So springtime is really important for you. It's like a fresh start here. You might even be doing some kind of, some type of a cleanse or a detox in the spring. Spring makes me think of kapha season, so you might be doing something, you're like cleansing the liver, you're cleansing the gallbladder. You're getting a lot more of your bitters in. You're really ramping up your digestion. Again, there's a lot coming in about working with herbs, working with plants, okay? Eating a lighter kind of diet, just sort of recognizing the correlation between how you're feeling energetically, even on a spiritual level with the foods you eat. Okay, so I do see you working on something like this. There may even be something you develop as a result of this that leads to some kind of money-making opportunity that's sort of created out of the benefit of your own experience, right? I also feel like this is you taking up some new kind of approach to transforming your health. It's got like big springtime cleanse kind of energy coming in. There's some new beginning coming in here in terms of your health, where I think your vitality is really returning. You're turning something around through a different approach that you're putting in play here. For the liver and gallbladder coming in, you may be sort of like releasing a lot of inflammation. There may be like, you may be noticing sort of like the emotional correlations between what's going on physically in your body. So you may be releasing like a lot of pent up resentment, a lot of pent up anger, frustration, you know, that's been internalized. Yeah. You're cutting a lot of stuff out, I feel, with the King of Swords here. You're making very decisive choices about, I feel like it's coming in around inflammation, like you're noticing certain things that lead to inflammation in your body, and you're doing some kind of cleanse. I also got heavy metal cleanse coming in. Yes, you know, I think that you've been in a position where maybe you felt like your immune system was a little compromised or something. So you're getting all the stuff out that's kind of putting you in this like more pro-inflammatory state. And I do feel like that's really going to strengthen your immune system here. It's like revitalizing your health. Give me any more details about the health here for Cancer. So springtime is when your health really starts to shift through some approach you're taking here. Something that strengthens your immune system. You might also want to get in like more seafood. You might take more of a sort of pescatarian sort of approach. You know, you might back off on some of the heavier kind of meats. You might bump up your EFAs, and you really notice that that's helping with the cognitive function. It's giving you greater brain clarity. It's also just in general making you feel more balanced, okay? And it's lowering your inflammation. I got something about inflammation here. Yeah, there's definitely some new strategy that you're putting in play here, and it's really working out. I see this turning things around for you. It looks good. Oh yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Your health is your wealth. So this looks really good. I also feel like there may be some change in your home environment that's very beneficial for you. Oh yes, look at that. Ace of Wands. Wow. You're just really going to feel like your vitality returning. You're going to feel so much better. So whatever you're doing here, it's really working. And I don't know why I got this. Whatever you're doing, it also may become something that inspires you to help others with what you've learned here. And it may bring like a lot of financial return to you if you invest in this by the fall. Okay. Wow. There also, I don't know why I got this, but there may be something that's really changing in the home environment too, that's also really improving your health. It's just making you feel a lot more stabilized. So I don't know if there were like mold issues where you were living, or something about the home environment was causing problems. Something about, it feels like it's something related to air quality, you know, that was having an impact on the immune system, maybe even the nervous system. And I feel like there's something you're shifting. You're either like improving the air quality in the home, or you're finding the source of that issue. You may be moving to a new home entirely, and it's rectifying this issue. So that looks really good. All right, let's check out wealth for Cancer in 2025. What's going on with money, career, all that action for Cancer in 2025. What's going on financially? What's going on with wealth for Cancer in 2025? Okay, so I do see right now, I mean, we already looked at that. You know, we had the Five of Pentacles before. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here, opening up. So I do feel like something needs to shift with work. Like there needs to be a different approach with work, or perhaps you're meant to do a different kind of work, or there needs to be a little bit different of a focus with work, or more energy put into work. There does need to be something that needs to shift here. I do feel like there may have been health challenges, other things that have been getting in the way that's been making it difficult to get this off the ground. So that's kind of how the energy is opening up. Let's see where it goes. Some of you may be changing jobs. You may be changing your career focus. You may be deciding to move in a different direction. Yeah, look at that. With the Two of Wands here, you're definitely sort of like mocking things up right now. You're looking at possibilities. You're considering how you can move forward in terms of your career, your finances, what that looks like. Hello, Emperor energy. Whatever you come to here, it puts you in a position of power. I feel like you're getting a little bit of a directional reroute as far as your career is going to unfold. You know, there's something here that you're revisioning, and whatever you tweak here, the way you sort of shift your focus with your career and what you put in place here, there will be advancement with the Emperor. I mean, that's that big North Node energy. So there may be certain elements of what you've been doing that work, but I feel like there's some new aspect coming in. And there may even be somebody that you're collaborating with here. Could be an Aries, it's possible, with that Emperor energy coming in, or it could be an investor coming in, somebody who sees the work you're doing, they believe in the work you're doing, they vouch for you, they give you some opportunity. Okay, so there could be an Emperor playing a role here in helping you to build some solvency in your career, helping you to increase your returns in the work you're doing, right? It seems like that would be something that's more on the horizon. Like you don't quite see it yet. Right now, you're kind of making your game plan in terms of your finances. I know you come into good finances because you did have the Nine of Pentacles earlier. All right. And then 10 of Pentacles came out too. So there's growth. There's growth in the finances, but I feel like you're kind of entering things right now where you're sort of mocking up your future. You know, you're making some choices about how that unfolds. So any further information here for Cancer in relation to their financial growth, their career? Are you kidding me? It's going to land right in your lap. It's all coming in the spring. Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Like whatever hardship you've been through, whatever difficulties you've been facing, you're riding out that storm and you're getting to the promise on the other side. It comes through an opportunity. It may be an influential person gives you an opportunity, or they point you in a certain direction. It could be an Emperor energy, and it takes off. I see you being very fulfilled in your career, but it's up to you, right? It's up to you, because when we got an Ace of Pentacles, it's like the opportunity can be presented, but with an ace, it's are you gonna invest in it? So I would say when you get this opportunity, when it comes your way, invest in it. It will be what you've been waiting for. You will see the kind of growth you've been wanting to see in your career. All right. I do feel like, see the Hangman is on the bottom of the deck there. This character has come out repeatedly. So I do feel like there may still be this element here. I feel like this person's going to come back around, you know, the one that's been kind of tripping you up, slowing you down. As soon as you get this out of your way, I feel like this is when things really open up for you. It's kind of like got road opener energy. And I have no doubt that you're going to effectively deal with this. but springtime is when it pops off. So new opportunity comes in for you. You'll be very fulfilled in this work. I feel like it's a little bit different than what you've been doing. And it could come through really like a very influential person who's in a position of power. They could be in Aries. They give you an opportunity. Whatever this is, it's your North Node. It looks really good. Okay. Let's check out love for Cancer in 2025. What's coming in for love for Cancer in 2025, Spirit? What is coming in love for Cancer in 2025? What is coming in love for Cancer in 2025? Well, I like this right out the gate. You're not dealing with any competitive situations anymore. You're not going to deal with any multiple party situations anymore. You're not going to be vying for someone's attention. You're not going to allow anybody to put you in that kind of position where you have to compete for their affection. I do feel like you dealt with a situation like this in the past, and that is coming to an end. All right, so that's good. For those of you who are in really like committed relationships, who've been dealing with challenges in the love department, I feel it was the result of, a lot of fighting going on. This could have been, family fights, that just were causing problems. There was some drama going on that was causing difficulties between you and your partner, but I do feel like that's getting cleared out. So that's a positive sign. No more of that nonsense. The drama is clearing out of the love department here. Okay, what do we got here? There is some kind of choice that does need to be made, all right? And I do feel like a choice will be presented to you. It could be involving a Gemini here. For some of you, this might have something to do with a child, right? Where an important decision needs to be made. I do feel like there's something here where it's sort of like you are at the crossroads a bit in the love department. And it's because there hasn't been a certain choice made that needs to be made. As soon as you make a choice, then you'll be able to move forward. I do feel like you need some pieces of information to come your way, though. There's like gaps that need to be filled here. I do feel like there's some news coming in that will help to sort of like fill some of those gaps. Might be coming in from an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see what this is. It's coming in love. If there was fighting in a serious committed relationship, it was probably something around the child. I mean, this is good. It looks like there is a way to resolve things. All right. I see this especially for people who are already in relationships where there's been like family disputes and problems, maybe even with somebody that you're no longer with, but you share a child with them. And there was like just a lot of complication there. I do feel like you're going to get to the other side of that. Yeah, it's wish fulfillment for you. All right. You will be happy with the way that situation turns out. All right. Okay. So it looks like with couples, things are kind of straightening out. I feel like those of you who are single, there's some kind of major choice you need to make here that's kind of holding things up. I want to get more clarity for the singles out there, the people that are open to a relationship, looking for love. All right. I'm not talking about those of you who aren't looking or aren't open. I'm talking about those of you who are ready for it. Okay. What's the deal here? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of you are still in a place where you're healing, right? You're healing from past disappointments, situations that you thought would really, work out, but they just kind of fell flat. I do feel like there is love, there is love that wants to come in for you, but right now you're still kind of processing. You're not really open to it yet. Yeah, that's the truth. I do feel like you're still in a place where you're needing to sort of reconcile some things in your past before you're really ready to let that go and let love in again. So you might be sort of in this space through the winter. right? But I mean, it looks like springtime things start to pop off for you in other areas. So spring might be the turning point. I don't think this is where you're really at right now because you're sort of in this in-between place. You're like weighing stuff up. But I do see, I mean, we got the King of Cups here, right? So that's your energy, all right? King of Cups is that love energy. Wow. And here comes an Emperor. Okay. All right, Daddy. I mean, this looks like, there's somebody who's going to show up here and they look like they're all in, This is a very strong energy. There is love coming in here, right? I do feel that. And it's sort of like spirit saying, look, there's going to be an opportunity, but you don't get this Ace of Cups until you're ready to let it in. That's kind of how it's coming through. Yeah, but once you let it in, again, right around springtime in about 8 weeks, expect there to be some shifting of the tides in the love department. I do see there will be some messages coming in. You'll be talking to somebody. You may even plan some little jaunts with each other, a road trip with each other, some kind of plans to meet up with each other if you're at a distance here. This is like the arrows of love, but it's going to take a couple months for this to get going. Any further details here? Yeah, it's going to take a minute for it to get going, though, because what's crossing you is the death here. Yeah. There's something that you're still processing here with something that came to a close. And you're not quite ready to completely lay it down yet. This may be something concerning an ex that you're needing to take your time to sort through it. And once you realize that you don't need to carry this anymore and you finally allow this to fully be released, I mean, we know you're going to do that. That sex witch and octopus, you're going to figure out how to cut this off. Once you do that, I love it. There's your energy. You move forward. Okay. So it happens when it happens. It happens when you're ready. But I do feel like as soon as you get to the other side of this that's been weighing you down, as soon as you feel like, okay, I'm ready to release this burden. I don't need to sit and hold space for this anymore. I'm ready to let it go. It went down the way it did. I'm okay with letting it go. As soon as you let go and you open yourself and you feel like, okay, now I'm ready, that's when somebody who really can show up comes in, okay? Let me do a cut of the deck there. It could be somebody who has a lot of fire, okay? They wanted to really present themselves like, yeah, I'm ready. As soon as you're ready, I'm ready. It could be a King of Wands. Somebody who has a very independent kind of energy. They don't just, settle on anybody. This person takes their time. They could have strong Aries in their chart, I have to say, just for the Emperor to come out with this King of Wands. Could be any fire sign energy though. And there we have success on the other side of this. So I feel like you're going to overcome the love challenges, whether you're in a committed relationship or whether you're single, and you're just really still in a process of healing. I feel like that's going to continue a little bit longer, but come spring, somebody comes your way. They light your fire and you're ready to give it a go. I think it'll be good for you, okay? They do level up. This person, when they finally decide to let somebody in, they're all in. All right. They don't give up their independence very easily, right? This person takes time to commit, but once they're in, they are in. And I do see a lot of movement forward with this individual. You may even move in with this individual. Okay. Some of you may start a family. Okay. All right, let's check out spiritual guidance for Cancer in 2025. Spiritual guidance for Cancer in 2025. What's coming in for spiritual guidance for Cancer in 2025? Just to cap this off for Cancer. Okay. It's one of those things. I feel like there's letting go that needs to happen here before you can move forward, right? And Spirit's kind of saying, as soon as you let, a higher hand take the wheel, you'll move forward. But right now it's a little bit too much trying to direct the course forward in a certain way. You see, with the Chariot here, the driver doesn't hold any reins. There's a certain riddle they have to solve, it's an internal riddle. There's certain kind of awarenesses, answers they need to come to, arrive at within themselves before they get the key that opens the road and things can move forward here. And with that hang in there you got earlier, I do feel like you're almost there, but there's a little bit of this holdover energy where you're still like sort of letting the last vestiges of the past just kind of be released here. And that's okay. You can't necessarily rush a healing process. I know you'll be successful with this. There's been a lot you've had to overcome in regard to this. You've already put in a lot of work, but there's still a little bit more transformation needed. So don't be hard on yourself if it's taking a little bit longer than you think it should, or maybe other people tell you it should. It's okay. It's all happening in proper timing here. But there is something you still need to let go of, okay, in order to really be able to move forward in 2025. And I just heard there will be some tests coming in around that, but you have too many strong cards coming out. I know you'll be successful, but maybe you wouldn't be successful if you tried to rush ahead. So don't be hard on yourself for taking the time you need to properly close something out that was a difficult chapter for you, or a painful connection that you need to just come to a place of resolution within yourself around before you're really ready to let all the goodness in. Yeah, I feel like you're just in the final stages of this here. Okay, you might still have a little more cleansing to do, a little more release to do, a little more balancing out to do with the star. But your fortune is going to turn here, and your star is going to come into view. Your star will be on the rise. You're just at the tail end of the release process. And from there, that destiny is going to start to come into view for you. You've got Aquarius energy coming in here. So this is good, all right? It's important that you, have this time for reflection. It's important that you take your time with this. And just know, you're almost there. You're almost on the other side of this. There is this piece here, though, I do want to bring this in about being a little bit mindful, though, of going back to things that they may tempt you, but you know that they're only going to waste your time. They're only going to take you back into a cycle you've already been through before. So I feel like there is a little temptation here, like somebody is going to come around. They want to make things right with you, but this person has played too many games and wasted your time before in the past. And I think that's why you might need a little bit more time before you really gain traction. It feels like there's some stuff you're still sorting out here, and you may still be like kind of connected to somebody that isn't really in your best interest, right? And that's kind of like holding things up here. Yeah. I think you'll gain clarity, though, once you get a little space to yourself, all right? Virgo energy coming in again, all right, with the Hermit here. Something becomes more clear when you spend more time to yourself, all right? Then you'll have the light that you're generating within that will sort of help you find your feet on the right path for moving forward. I like this, yes. That's when you finally have the letting go. That's when you have the release, Scorpio energy coming in there. And I love it. Look, then you really come into your own independent power. Now we have Queen of Wands, King of Wands, okay? And you see, that's when the alignment comes in. That's when you get your flowers. That's when you make it to the finish line. And now you can get to the good stuff. The new chapter opens, all right? So this is really positive energy. There's just something here that you've spent a lot of time on. I feel like it's more than happy to continue to take as much time as you want to give it, all right? But do be aware that, you know, the sooner that you can feel like you're really ready to like leave that chapter or leave this particular connection in the past, the sooner that you let go, the sooner spirit kind of takes the wheel and you really come back into your own essence, your fire's lit. And when that happens, that's when this kindred spirit comes in. You find this alignment, okay? You find that place where you belong. You find someone who feels like home. There's peace restored in the home. It's just a big arrival point for you, okay? Cut of the deck to cap it off, right? But in the meantime, you know, it's about exploring your options, all right? And I think you're still kind of in this place where you're sort of sorting things out, and that's okay. But see that one cup there that's hidden, you don't know what's inside? That's the cup that has the true potential. Because remember, you know, the future is not something that you can see, you know, it's something that you can't even think of right now, right? This is the untapped potential that's waiting for you to claim. I can't make it up. And the emperor is what's in that cup. Right? So your destiny is on offer here. I do see you reaching for it, but right now you're still sort of like sorting some stuff out, right? But just know, as soon as you're ready, spirit's ready to deliver. It's all there waiting for you. Really excellent, excellent read, Cancer. Congratulations, man. You've overcome a lot of rough stuff. Now you just need to get this loser out of the way and you're home free.